Walker on the top, running through the guap.
Welcome back to Bustelo Talk, folks. How you doing? How's it going? How was your day?
Good morning.
Good morning. We are here, we here once again. Thank you so much for supporting us, for your comments, for your shares, for your likes. Keep going. Show your baby mother's cousin, and all that other good shit. I'm comedian Marcus McNeil.
I'm Bunny Erica Ocean. Well, AKA Erica Ocean.
And we here. We in the building. And we got audience members. It's just me and us right now, but we got audience members. Today.
Can we get a round of applause? Woo! We have leveled up.
Yeah. So today we talking about breaking
generational curses. Let's put that in parentheses.
Breaking
generational
curses.
Breaking generational curses.
All right. So let's get into it. So what's your thing as far as breaking generational curses? Like what?
I'm gonna start by saying things like graduating high school.
Bam.
So some people may think like that's not a curse, but if you really ask how many people graduated high school in your family, you'll be surprised how many did. So things of that nature.
Or the first one to go to college.
Oh, that too.
That's major.
Or the first person to go to college.
Like
I see now that those type of curses are being broken, but we still have curses like aunts being younger than the nieces and the nephews. What's going on with this?
So you don't agree with that? You don't agree with you having a child but at the same time, right after your child having a child.
Right. So I don't want to be pregnant with my child. Like I don't want me and my child to be pregnant at the same time and have a baby shower a week after. I have mine first, she have hers next, or vice versa. I don't want to be in that type of position because I feel like the grandkid misses out because I can't fully be a grandparent because I'm still being a parent to my kid. And if it's a situation financially where my grandkid and my kid need something, I'm going to have to go for my kid first because that's my kid. My grandkid is secondary to my kid. So
confusing.
How is that confused?
Let me tell you why that's confusing.
How is that
confusing? Your grandkid is
confusing?
going to be your child's kid.
Okay.
Child. Let's not call them kids because kids is goats.
But that's why I said if it's something financially, like we're having financial issues. My kid is having financial issues.
If you give your child money, that's giving your grandkids money.
That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying me and my daughter right now is financially fucked up. Both of our kids need something. So as a parent, my focus is going to be, I got to get my kids something.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? But as a grandparent, that's when you're supposed to step in.
Because now they both
You understand what I'm saying?
But now they both become your child.
Right. So
Your
if
children.
if I didn't have a kid and my daughter was financially fucked up, I would just take care of my grandkid because that's what I'm supposed to do as a grandparent. But now if I have a kid and my daughter have a kid and we both financially fucked up, I can't even be a functional grandparent and help my daughter. I'm not even fully being able to be a parent. You understand what I'm saying? So financially, if we having burdens and I have a kid and she have a kid, we both gonna lose out. And then if we're not having financial issues, like we're financially stable, there's no money issues, my grandkid is not gonna really fully get a grandparent because when he's at my house or he or she is with me and my kid, I'm raising them as my kids. I'm not separating grandma and mommy. I can't. I don't know how to do that.
But culturally, right? And this is the problem with black people in America. We the only race of people that don't have a culture. African in America is not a culture. That's two countries put together.
Mm-hmm.
Right. That's one.
Mm-hmm.
Right. Number two, our culture is to be married young, right? Have children young, and our children.
What culture is that?
Culture?
What culture is that? Because you just said we don't have a culture.
No.
So what culture is that?
We've been stripped of our culture here in the last 400 years. Even though we're the indigenous people of this land, we've been stripped of our culture here.
Okay, so we've been stripped of our culture.
They make it where we're doing everything late, right? First of all, this is a fact. Kids learn everything that they need to know, right? And they from birth to about 7 years old. That's you're gonna know your kids, what type of kids you're gonna have. Smart kid, dumb kid, criminal. This is what they base the building.
A lot of you fucking young
They build prisons off of this type of shit, right?
I seen a chick the other day. I said that little nigga going to prison.
Right.
Shut up.
So you really could teach a kid. That's why in China you have kids, or in Russia you have kids, right, that are in college at 13, 14 years old.
Well, also in China, you only limited to a certain amount of kids you can have. It's population control over there.
No,
so you can't just have wild, crazy kids over there.
That's not my point. My point is that the mentality of us where we have to wait to have...
I never said you had to wait. I never said that. I just said I don't want to have a kid while my kid is having a kid.
Well, I don't think that's a curse. I think that's a blessing.
I think that the kid loses out. That's my whole point. The kid doesn't fully get a grandparent.
I don't know if it's a blessing.
I
was just thinking about this the other day.
Yeah, I don't think it's a blessing either.
Yo, after my generation of my grandma,
that's how I'm looking at it.
After my grandma dies off, their generation, my kids are fucked up.
That's it. Because I have been blessed.
Shit.
I was blessed
nowadays.
all my life with all sets of grandparents. I had my mother's parents. I had my father's parents. I had my mother's father's parents, which is my great-grandparents. And then I had his mother and her husband in my life. That's just one side. My father's side, I had the same thing. So I was blessed all my life to know my grandparents, great-grandparents. I know my grandmother's mother.
How did that happen, though? How did that happen?
Because they wasn't having kids with each other.
No, it happened because they obviously had kids young, and they lived.
Yeah, but they wasn't having... So my grandmother didn't have to be a mother and a grandmother. She was able to focus and be solely a grandmother.
She's always going to be a mother and a grandmother, though. You don't never stop being a mother.
I'm not saying that you don't, but when your kids are older and having kids, now you can focus more on being a grandparent than being a mother. Yes, you will always be a mother. Yes, I'm not saying that. Even when your kid get 90 and you're still alive, you're still a mother. But now you can be more of a grandmother while not trying to be a parent too. So the grandkids get to experience the difference between mommy and grandma.
Okay, let me tell you a story. I was at my son's graduation, right? He might have been graduating from the 6th or 7th grade to go to the 8th grade, maybe, or to the 6th grade.
So I don't know, it's maybe different in Long Island because 6, 7, and 8 is junior high in this city.
He might have been in the 5th grade,
going to the 6th grade. Okay,
right? And I'm sitting at the graduation.
Going into junior high school.
No, I said 6, 7, and 8 is junior high in the city.
Right. I'm sitting at the graduation, and I'm just counting my age, and I'm looking. I'm like, damn, the time he graduated, that's not that bad. Then I looked over to the left of me, and I see my daughter. And I said, at that time, she might have been 4. And I looked at her, and I said, God damn, man. I started doing the math on her. I'm like, they gonna be pushing me down the motherfucking aisle in a wheelchair to see her graduate. See, our culture naturally, right? Not with the hormones and stuff, with the foods fucking up our kids' period or menstrual cycle, with the hormones in the food, giving our daughters periods at 7. Right? I'm talking about naturally. You get your period around 14, 15. You get married, you have children, right?
At 14? That's our culture here in America?
No, see, we don't have a culture in America.
Oh, okay. I'm just getting clarity.
I'm talking about our original culture.
Okay, original culture.
Right?
Okay, because original culture, you get sold off. You don't even get to choose who you want to be with. They tell you who you're going to be with.
You get sold?
That's basically sold. I can't pick who I want to be with. I'm already auctioned off to somebody. That culture over there.
Auction.
So you're saying to me that...
First of all, we're not even African. That's one.
I know I'm not.
Okay, I just said earlier, we're the indigenous people.
So can we talk about this?
Okay. So,
indigenous people, because you're taking it back to
you
our original culture.
You know your great grandmother, right?
Yes.
Where they was from?
My great grandmother. I don't know where she was born at. I don't know.
Where's your grandmother?
Down south.
What part?
Virginia.
Okay, she probably lived on a reservation. She probably was an Indian.
No, my father's side, they're from the Indian reservation.
Okay, so that's what I mean. Indigenous people. Don't think about the Indians with the long. No, we was black Indians.
Yeah, I know.
So we're from here, right? My mother just died. My grandmother just died. She was 93 years old. Right? They lived on a reservation. Right? So that's almost 100 years worth of history.
Right.
Right. So I know where we're from. We're from here.
Right.
Don't let that came from Africa. That's a bunch of bullshit.
I never believed that.
Okay,
My
that's
skin
all
too
a bunch
light
of
to
bullshit.
even say I came from Africa.
That's all bullshit.
Yeah.
Right. So what I'm saying is, these people was married at my grandmother came to New York at 14 years old.
Yeah, I know.
Right.
Yeah, I
14.
know.
She was married at 15, 16.
Yeah, I know.
Right. So what I'm saying is, they have kids young at that time.
Yeah, I know.
Right. They was sleeping girls. Remember they used to come and take care of the Jewish people.
They also were still getting raped at those times too. Definitely was.
Let's get the rape out of it.
Why?
Because I'm not talking about rape. I'm talking about two consenting people having a child young.
Okay.
Right? So, like I said earlier, blessed life is seeing 4 generations.
So R. Kelly is not wrong?
That's what it sounds like.
No, I'm not saying.
But I hear what you're saying, and that's exactly why I'm saying what I'm saying. Just because that's the norm, they was having kids young and being married, doesn't mean it still have to continue that way. Because just like back then, it was okay, time have evolved. So because it was okay then, doesn't mean that it's evolved now.
Wasting the majority of your life?
How is it wasting the majority of your life?
It's just like the whole thing about working for 30 years and then you retire and they call it at your golden age years when you're 50, 60. Would you rather be on a cruise when you're in your 20s and 30s or when you're 50 and 60?
Oh, I'm luxury. I'm doing both right now. I'm working towards my retirement and I'm on cruises right now.
But what I'm saying to you is, you're one of the lucky ones. What I'm saying to you is this. The mentality that they instilled in us doing everything late is bullshit. You got to go to school for 12 years. But I'm not saying... Then you got to go to school for another 4 years.
I'm not saying
what if I'm a fast learner?
You have to do everything late. That's not what I'm saying.
But that's what they do here in this country.
That's not what everybody do. Everybody have kids here young, and they still having kids together.
That's not true, though.
It is true.
Who the majority?
What?
Listen.
Not the majority, because
grandmothers are becoming grandmothers at 35 nowadays.
I had my
That's
children
not normal.
early, right? But my children right now
actually.
are not into having kids. My kids are into going to school and working
Right.
and living their best
So
life.
they're evolving from the generational things that has been happening. And this is what I'm saying. I hear what you're saying. Yes, back in those days, women were doing things very young. Does it mean it was right? No, their circumstances probably forced them to do things young like that.
Let me ask you a question.
Go ahead, ask.
When the mother and the daughter usually clash with one another?
I don't know.
When they start clashing?
I don't know.
They'll be best of friends up
Teenagers.
until they get their period. Why? Because
I don't
you're telling them they're still a child, but nature's telling them they're a woman.
I was clashing with my daughter before a period.
I'm saying for the most part.
Okay.
Right?
All right.
So you're telling them, you're a child, you're a child, you're a child, you're a child, you're a child. But their body's telling them.
Hello.
How you doing?
How you doing?
All right.
I thought that was God coming out of me. God just came and said, hey. But
Cut this part out. Let me edit it.
now you leave that in. That was God.
Holy shit. Close that door. Told these crackheads in the
All the
corner.
way.
Yeah, all the way. All the way. It's over again.
What is happening?
It's over again.
Yeah, but nature tells them that they're a woman.
So listen,
So that's
for
the
me,
conflict.
I was going to do a show about this. When is the right time to talk to your children about sex? And that falls in that category because I just was explaining to him, when my daughter got her period, I explained to her that she is a woman. She could bear children.
Right.
She may have been 9 years old, but she has to know this because at 9, even if she's 9, you have to let your child know what is happening to her body. And it may be awkward for a parent to tell a 9-year-old that she can bear children.
Well, if the child has a period at 9 years old, that's not her body. That's the food. The hormones.
It doesn't matter. It happened. You can't stop it. You can't stop it. Whether it came from the food, the hormones, whatever it is, it happened.
Right.
You can't stop it. So you
Right.
have to tell her what's going on. And she may be 9 years old.
Right.
It's awkward. It should be. You shouldn't want to talk to your 9-year-old about sex.
Right.
But if your 9-year-old got a period, you got to tell them. But that's another generational thing. A lot of parents don't talk to their children about sex. Did you talk to your kids about sex?
Well, my daughter's only 7.
Your
My
other
boy-
kids.
My boys, yeah, well, yeah.
Yes or no?
Yeah.
Because you don't sound too sure.
No, I did. I had the conversation with them. But the
When? Did you have it because they brought it
See,
to
the
you?
conversation
Or
with the
did you
boys-
have it with them because you felt like it was
conversation with
time?
boys with this sex thing, right? The conversation with boys is a little different.
Because I didn't have nobody telling me about sex. Nobody had that conversation with me growing up.
Is it okay for a man to have that conversation with his daughter?
Absolutely.
That's the
You
best.
I think that's the better way to do it.
That's the. Best,
I believe that's the better
best
way to do
come
it.
from. Gotta
Because
come
I
from
feel
a
like
man.
they would absorb it better from him than
You
me.
gotta come from a man.
I feel like that's the better way to do it. Did your parents have the conversation about sex with you?
No.
Exactly. Our culture, our age, that did not happen. Did your parents have a conversation about sex with you?
My father told me, "Don't let your little head overthink your big head."
Exactly. That's not a conversation about
conversation.
sex. That's not, and that's the generational curses I'm saying that needs to be broken. You need to talk to your children about sex, periods, their bodies. Girls are not always taught that. They learn from their friends, TV, and when it comes to sex, they learn from Pornhub. They get backdoor pages and, whatever that stuff is. It's not normal for parents to talk to their kids about sex. So those type of generational things, I feel like need to be broken. Just back to the original, how the conversation started. If you have grandkids, you shouldn't be having kids after that. That's just my opinion. You may think I'm
I don't
wrong,
agree
and you're
with that.
entitled to that.
I don't agree
But
with
I
that.
feel like the kids take a loss when that happens. And then I feel like morale is not there, because how you want a niece to respect the aunt that she's older than? How?
You think respect comes with age?
I'm not saying that it comes with age.
Naturally.
But
you're supposed to
naturally,
talk
you
to
respect your
aunties
elders.
and uncles.
Naturally, you respect your elders.
I know some
So
dumbass
if the,
elders. No, I respect people.
we're not saying they're dumb or smart. We're saying naturally, you respect older people, whether they're dumb or smart. They get respect
So-
because they're older.
So your aunt and your uncle.
So if you
supposed
got
to
an
be older.
80-year-old person that's stupid, you just going to disrespect them because they're stupid? You're not going to consider that they're 80? Is what you're saying?
No, culturally we're fucked. That's what I'm gonna say.
Back to this.
Back
Yeah,
to
culturally we fucked because
generational curse.
we
Back
have
to
it.
this.
Yeah, that's part of the generational curse because we believe the doctrine that we're under.
I don't believe anything.
No, we've been 400 years of fucking. We've been fucked for 400 years. Yeah, we're screwed.
Give me my 40 acres and a mule.
Right. Right. And
Oh,
if you had your
man.
40 acres and a mule, you probably would have been married at 15 years old.
Probably not.
Right.
I probably would have
So
been
awful to beat
lynched
me.
because I'm not, I don't follow orders too well, so I probably would have been dead back in those days.
Yeah,
I
but-
always say,
No,
I
you've
don't
been
know
in the
how.
house because you light skin.
I came from the house.
Yeah,
That's why I'm light skinned. I came. I'm the
You-
receipt
you-
of the rape from the slave outside.
You'd have been
And
fine.
now that she
Don't
done
believe
bared a
that.
child,
Don't believe that.
she's in the house.
Don't believe that though.
No, don't believe what?
Don't believe that. That's why you light skinned.
Don't believe what?
That's another generational curse.
Oh, what's that?
That you're light skinned because of the rape. That's bullshit.
Oh, well, I know I'm light skinned because of some mix happening because I did a DNA test and got my ancestry.
That's bullshit too.
Oh, okay.
That's
so,
super bullshit.
So the
Don't
blood
believe
work
that.
is super bullshit
Nah, that's
too.
bullshit. They don't
So
believe that.
how do
Ancestral-
we really know where we come from then? If we can't find out through blood,
You
how
just
do we
told
find
me.
out?
Hold on. You just told me earlier, right? You just told me earlier that you know 4 generations of your family. That's how you know. That's it right there.
Somebody
Go sit down and
just
talk
said
to your
something.
grandmother. You don't
Yeah.
have to go take a blood test. Go talk to your grandmother.
Yeah, no, my
She
my,
know her mother. How old is your grandmother right now?
She might be 80.
Okay, she might be 80.
Yeah, she might be.
That's
80.
80 years worth of history.
Yeah, she might
How
be.
old
80.
would her mother be if she was still alive?
About 105. Maybe.
Okay, guess what? So now you got
But
185
she's
years
dead.
worth of history. But your grandmother know her mother.
Mhm.
Yeah, she does.
Right,
She
yeah.
doesn't know who her
And
father
your grandmother
is.
probably know who her grandmother was.
Yeah, but she don't know who her
You
father
don't need
is.
a white man to send your shit to Albany somewhere talking about you have Cherokee, have African. That's all bullshit.
So if you don't know who your father is, how do you really know where you came from? If you never met your father or know who he is,
The
how do
grandmother
you
didn't
know?
know?
My grandmother don't know who her father is. She never met
Did
her.
her mother know?
I don't know. Her mother is dead.
But she had to talk to her mother about it.
My grandmother today says she does not know who her biological father is.
Listen.
She only knows her stepdad. That is not her biological father. My grandmother does not look like her mother or her siblings.
But if she would have asked her mother,
She can't. She's dead.
but if she would have asked her when she was alive,
She died when she was young. So when she got old enough to ask these questions after finding out the man that was around who she thought was her father wasn't, the mother wasn't alive for her to ask who was her real father.
all right. But her mother came from where?
I don't know.
But she knows.
Yeah, she should.
Okay.
She should know. She
Okay.
should.
Because this is why I think people are so, not saying you, people are dumb. Oh, I need to know that. Nigga, you got 100 years of history sitting in your crib. Go talk to your grandmother. Go speak to your
Yeah, but
grandmother.
they don't always know everything though.
They know where the fuck they came from.
Now, if you don't know who your biological father is, you don't fully know where you came from.
Okay,
It takes a man to make a child. So if you don't know who your father is, and if I got raped by somebody, I still don't know who your father is. So how does that mean I have history if I don't know? If I've been raped and I don't know the man who raped me or where he came from, how am I going to tell my child where she came from?
Okay, I'm asking this question respectfully. Did your grandmother get raped?
My grandmother right here? No, she didn't get
Did
raped.
her mother
No.
get raped?
Yes.
Okay, that conversation's over.
Okay, yeah. So that concludes this Bustelo talk. Yeah, this is as a lot of people want to know, got something to say about this. This is interesting. It's just that clearly I ain't had shit to say. I had shit to say. I don't know.
I got shit to say.
You just came out here with your mustache shirt.
I just
no
got you to
beard.
say. My shirt says it all.
I
You should
don't
call that- yo,
I don't
yo,
know.
You
I
should
don't
call
know.
that
That's what
shirt
I'm gonna
mustache
do.
eyebrow.
I
don't know my
This is
history.
what
I
I'm
don't know
gonna
all
do
that
right
shit.
here.
Bro,
But this was interesting. And
yo,
if
stretch
y'all
that
like
shirt out,
this-
bro.
First of all, don't disrespect mine.
This nigga just got like a full mustache in that shit.
Oh, that's your shirt. Oh, okay,
That's
that's
it.
nice.
So-
I'll take an extra small.
I got you. Thank you
Peace, love,
for
and hair
tuning
grease.
in to Bustelo Talk.
Mind your fucking business.
Okay. Good morning, and this was interesting. Please share, tag, like, comment, and I guess you got a lot of different people following us. A lot of things to say and a lot of things going on. So yeah, please get involved, man. And curse out the audience members if you feel like whatever you want to do. And Merry Christmas. Talk to y'all later. Happy Bustelo.